We are assembling the tropical bird pop-up cards. I have got several of the pieces here ready to go. Let me pull these out. Okay. Okay, so it consists of your bird, your leafy tree back, and your flower front. And we'll start with this back piece here. Your leaves go from bigger to smaller. So the bigger ones are on the bottom, smaller ones up top. And I'm actually going to do this from bottom to top when I put mine on, so that you can see all the overlapping leaves. I'll show you on this one. I think that that gives it a more foresty look, makes it look fuller. If you want to start from the top and go to the bottom, then they would be covering each other up, whichever way you prefer. I like mine this way. You can double this piece if you like. You do want to make sure that you are using a good sturdy cardstock. If your cardstock tends to be a little bit lighter, the color that you choose for this, double it, because it is a tall piece and can be a little floppy. I did not double mine. I'm hoping that it's going to be sturdy enough. The bird is in the center of the card, and this is the piece that operates the opening and closing of the bird. So I have already glued my two pieces together. I always double the center because it is operating the card. Hope you can't hear the upstairs TV. My daughter left the door open going upstairs. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. That is your back piece. The front piece, you have this tropical flower, and you do want to try to find the way that it fits. It's not symmetrical, so you have to just take a minute and line it up. Then you just want to glue your center on there. Then this will just glue in the center of this front piece. You do not want to use foam tape on this piece because it will interfere with how the card opens and closes. Okay, so do not use foam tape on this piece. Okay, so that's how you assemble the front and the back pieces. Let me pull my base in here because usually I start by showing you how to assemble this, the base. And you have score lines here and here on each side, okay? And this creates a 1/4 inch space that we are going to glue down inside the card. So we're going to fold it. This is the inside of the card. This is my outside. So I'm going to fold it down to this top one first. And then I've got this score line right here. Okay. And we're going to fold this back up. And we are going to glue this 1/4 inch section right here to the inside of the card. Just like this. Then you have another score line here at the top, and you're just going to fold that down. Okay. So we're going to do this with all, let me take out my piece here. We're going to do that with all 4. So you see here I've got this 1/4 inch section, and I'm gluing that to the inside. So you see this here just glues. This section here is what's glued in here, top and bottom. And then fold this down on your score line. So fold down. You have score lines here and here. We're going to fold that up and glue this down to the inside of the card. This is what helps this card stay open when you pop it open, because you have to, it makes it fit inside its base. And so you shouldn't have too much trouble with it closing. You know, you can hold it and it'll stay open. And we're going to glue this down, okay? Whoops, that did not stay. Let me hold that in place just a few seconds longer. There we are. And just set that aside. So I'm going to go ahead and prep this base. And we're doing it the exact same way as the other one. So I'm going to fold on these score lines here. And there's another score line there. So fold it all the way, the one that's level, and then here's this one, the next one. We're going to fold this up towards you, glue this space to the inside of your card. Okay. It's a little bit thick folding this 1/4 inch space inside, so you just have to give it a few seconds of holding it just to make sure it stays down for you. And then I'm going to do this last one. So fold it down and then fold it back up and fold this down. Okay. Now you've got this 1/4 inch space right here you're going to glue to the inside of your card. Fold down, fold back up, fold down. Fold down, fold up, fold down. Fold down, fold up, fold down. Okay, and now we'll just set these bases aside while we work on our birds. So I'm going to start with the Scarlet Macaw. Sort out all the pieces here so you can see what we've got. Okay, so I'm going to start by gluing the pieces for the eyes together. When you're going to layer the white face onto the black. And then I'm going to start with this body piece. Okay. Then we have the feet, and I'm going to go ahead and put those on next. I have 2 of the same feet here, so let me find. So the feet, you'll see they're not exactly symmetrical. And I think maybe before I put the other one on, I am going to put the tail wing on so that I know where this is, because I don't want the foot to cover the tail wing. So you just kind of layer this inside. It's got just a slight border all the way around except for right here. You just want to make it flush. There we go, just like that. And now we can put the tail on. And you're just going to line it up towards the bottom here, because now you can see that he's standing on a branch. And his tail goes behind it. The eyes go a little bit more towards the bottom. You just want to center that. Whoops. And then we'll add his beak. You just want to line that up side to side, like so. Then this body piece just goes right here in the center, like this, okay? Butts right up against the bottom of his head. Okay, just like that. Now the wings. And these fit flush right against the body, and just like the tail, there's a little bit of a border all the way around. Just line that up to where you like it. Again, you've got just a little bit of a border all the way around. Okay. There is that one's the macaw. There is also a cockatoo. It's got a little bit different pieces, but it's the same theory. The next piece is the feet. And I'm kind of angling this outside foot because the branch is kind of angled in an upward direction. And so that's just to make him look more like he's sitting on it. And then again, you just kind of want to angle this towards the bottom. And put on the beak. Now my cat just opened another door. I'm going to add the body. And you just want to pay attention to the top and the bottom here. Make sure that you've got it lined up around your curves there around the bottom. Now for the cockatiel, I'm going to slightly glue these together, just slightly off from each other, and then glue this on top of his head. I'm just going to kind of center it, just like that. And there is your cockatiel. And then we've got just a parrot. He's called a macaw as well. He's not a scarlet macaw, so I've called him a parrot in the files just to make it, just so you know which one he is. And put his eyes on. Add his beak. Glue this into place. I'm going to go ahead and add this piece now. It's easier for me to line it up if I can use my hands to get it straight. And then line that right up there with the bottom. Don't forget to put the feet on before you put the body section on. I'm going to put the head on first. So the parrot comes with one inner wing section. The scarlet macaw comes with two inner wing sections. Your cockatiel does not have these inner wings. but he does have the plume for the top of his head. And there is your parrot. Okay, so now we're going to pull these pieces in. We're going to take a look at these. You're going to notice that only one piece has a slit on the fold. That tells you this is the top, and that slit that's on the fold is your center piece. Okay, and then you're going to put your flower in the front and your leaves go in the back. Okay, so I'm just going to slide these out. And so what you're going to do is slide this through, and it's designed to stop right on the top of this. And I slid it through the slit in the bottom. I'm going to flip it over and fold this up. So this is the bottom of your card, and you're going to glue this down in place. Now we're going to flip it back over. You're actually going to start with the front piece. You're going to slide that in and slide it through the bottom. Okay. Make sure this is face up and this is face down. Okay. Flip it over, fold this tab up, and glue this to the bottom. Bring it back. Now we're going to slide, this is your centerpiece, and this is what opens and closes your card. So this one glues in a little bit differently. And what we are going to do here is we're going to turn this tab up, and we're going to think of there being a line straight across here, and we're just going to glue this to the parrot that's in the center. Okay, that's the only place you want your glue to be. You just want your glue to be in here. Okay, then we're going to fold this tab up, and we're going to glue it to right here. Because this is 2 layers of thickness, I need to hold this just for a second to make sure that it's gluing and holding. And then how you could test to make sure you've got it right is you're going to push this up, and you're going to see that these pieces all lift, that this piece lifts, all of it lifts up. And that's what you want to see. If you do that here to this one, you'll see this piece does not lift with it. And that's where I said that this center piece is the piece that operates the opening and closing of your card. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is this tab gets folded up, this tab stays straight down, and we are going to glue it right here to this. Okay, we're going to glue these 2 pieces on this side and this side together. Okay, we're going to glue these to these. So you just want to have glue just on these tabs, enough to hold it, but not too much to ooze out and glue your card shut. And then you're just going to bring this over, and we're going to sandwich these together. And you'll notice here I have a solid panel here. This is the very back center panel, and that's for me to sign the card for when I give it away. So now you want to check the inside of your card, and when you push it up, you want to see that everything lifts the way it's supposed to. If it does that, you've done it correctly. If it doesn't, you probably don't have that center piece glued into place. Then you want to close your tab. We're going to push the card up, and there is your parrot. And that back piece is a little bit wobbly. It's a little bit heavy. So again, we look for the piece that has the center, and that's the slit that your bird goes into. And you know your flowers go in front of it. And that's how you know your top from your bottom. So slide this through the bottom, flip it over, and glue this tab to the bottom of your card. Now let's flip it back over. Now remember, you want to flip this over. All the way through the tab on the bottom, the slit on the bottom. And then we want to fold this up and glue this tab to the bottom of the card as well. Flip it back over. Make sure you turn your bird upside down. Slide it in. And I just like to make sure that the top and bottom tabs are lined up. There is a little bit, you can see here, there's a little bit of wiggle room here with the slits. So just line it up. Lift this tab up, and we're going to glue this top tab to our center. And then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. You're only gluing it to the center piece. Okay. Test it. It's working. We got good adhesion there. So now the top tab stays down flush. The bottom tab gets folded up. So we're going to glue this and this to this right here. Okay. So apply your glue. Bring this over and glue these tabs together. I always like to check, make sure I've got my tabs glued together here, and that everything's working. Then you want to close your card. And there is the cockatiel. And now let's bring in the last one. And again, we're looking for this slit that's in the top. It's the only one that has it. So this is the top. And the bird goes in that one. And the flowers in front of the bird. And so this is our back. And I'm going to slide this in face up. Push it down as far as it will go. Fold my tab up and glue it to the bottom of my card. Flip it back over. Make sure this is face down. Slide it in through the top and down through the bottom. flip it over, fold that tab up, and glue it to the bottom. Okay, flip it back over, put your bird here in the center. Lift up your top tab, put your glue underneath it, just on the bird. If you get glue down here and you wind up gluing this tab to this piece, your card will not open. You'll have it glued shut. Put some glue there on your bottom tab. This one always takes a few seconds longer to grab. And again, we're going to push it up, see that our tabs are working, and now we're going to put glue on these tabs. Can't even see that. We're going to put glue on these tabs here. And this one's down flat. We're going to fold this one up. We're going to put glue. We're going to glue these together. Again, enough glue to hold it well, but not too much to ooze out. Okay, hold this down. It always takes a little extra pressure, right? Especially on this top one, because you've got all those layers of paper in there. Then we're going to look inside. Everything pops up when we open it, so we've got it done correctly. And now close it up. So these are my tropical birds, my scarlet macaw, my parrot, and my cockatoo. Thank you for joining me.